Hello, my beautiful human and humanoids. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and give us a subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. I can't wait to try something a little bit different for you all. Usually I'm just yelling at the camera, but I decided that I wanted to try telling some of my stories from my life because I've had such an interesting and varied life. So I'm going to start a new series that I'm calling Storytime with Vi. I'm going to start with one that's a little bit more lighthearted and silly, but I can't guarantee that they will always be like that. And anytime it's anything particularly hard or difficult, I will absolutely be putting up a trigger warning beforehand. But, so I figured for the first story time with Vi, that's me, we would do something, again, something silly, lighthearted, a little bit fun. So, this is the story of the time that I met Jonan Vasquez. I had to have been about maybe 18, 19, so it had to be about 2005, 2006-ish. I was sent on a mission by what was at the time my friend, would eventually become my partner, and is now my ex-fiance, baby. That's a story for the fucking ages. But at the time, he was just my friend, and he sent me on a mission to go meet Jonan Vasquez because he had heard over and over again that Jonan Vasquez was a bit of an asshole. Like, it was kind of well known that he was a little bit aloof, standoffish, and just generally didn't like his fans because they were super hardcore and really intense, but, like, I kind of get it. Like, I super fucking get it. So he was gonna be at a comic book shop in my neighborhood, or in my city. I say it like whole city's my fucking neighborhood, but that's what it feels like. Like, when you're in public transportation and you can just get anywhere, like, it's all your fucking neighborhood. So if it's accessible by CTA, it's in my fucking neighborhood. So I was sent to a comic book shop to go meet him. It was a free meet and greet, although it was encouraged for you to bring something of your own. I don't think at that time I actually owned oh no, I did. I loaned it to my friend who moved to France with it, and I never saw it again. Because at that time, while I know that he had done Invader Zim, I had avoided it like the plague. In fact, I kind of didn't like it at the time, and the way that I knew Jonan Vasquez was from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Squee. So I was excited about going to meet him because I was a really big fan of those works. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, Squee, and I Feel Sick. Again, I had avoided Invader Zim like the plague. Like, most of the people that I knew that really liked it were just very annoying and kind of obnoxious to me. So the night before I was supposed to go meet him, I stayed up all night on YouTube, because that was back when you could when copyrighted shit was still up on YouTube. And I watched all of Invader Zim the night before, just so I could, because I'm very particular about things like that. Like, if I'm gonna be up there, I want to at least, like, know what your work is and shit like that. And while I hadn't seen Invader Zim, I knew that, like, a really big pull for a lot of his audience currently was for Invader Zim, because it got to a much bigger audience than Johnny the Homicidal Maniac did, or could, honestly, at the time. So, I was in line, and this is a story that has multiple layers and multiple things happening, so we'll just go through. So, I was standing in line, and my friend Tall Dumb John happened to show up, which was already exciting because I was there by myself, and I hate doing shit by myself. So having to have someone in line with me made things a little bit easier. But I did have a cell phone, because we did have cell phones back in them days. Boopity boop boop boop. And I realized, I was sitting there, I was talking to my boy Don. I was like, oh, like, really excited. Can't wait to meet Jonan Vasquez. I hear that he's a fucking dick. I hope he's not an asshole to us. Also, I didn't have anything to sign, so I'm, like, low-key panicking, because I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna give this man to sign? Like, I don't have money for a fucking poster or comic book. I'm a broke-ass fucking 18-year-old. I ain't got shit. I had pants. I had pants. So, we're in line, and I happen to notice that my high school obsession is, like, 2-3 people ahead of me. Now, I had a sneaking suspicion he was going to be there, because the first time I ever saw him in class, freshman orientation, it was like the angels had sung to me. He was so beautiful. And he turned around, and unbeknownst to me at the time, he had the question sleep symbol on his backpack. It's the white rectangle with the question mark in the middle of it. And I'd asked him what it was at the time, and he's just like, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't, which is like, a 14, 15-year-old Violet was just like, oh, he's such an asshole, I love him, and immediately became obsessed with him. 33-year-old Violet is like, that kid's a dick. I did not deserve some of your best fucking poetry. That kid was a dick. But you know, you love who you love, you want who you want. I can't help it. He had like floppy black hair and used to wear like gauntlets and boulders and trip pants and was just... He was the alternative boyfriend that I desperately wanted in high school and never actually got in high school or in life for that matter. But at any rate, so when I realized that I was in line with him, immediately I'm way more fucking excited about that than Jonan fucking Vasquez. In fact, this weird thing is starting to kind of brew under the surface where the closer I get to Jonan, the more upset I get with myself for being a part of this unnecessarily excited thing about meeting a celebrity. Like, it was one of the first times that I experienced that kind of dissonance, because I do enjoy going to meet and greets and stuff like that. In fact, I'm a very go big, go home. Like, if there's an option for VIP tickets, a bitch is gonna try and get VIP tickets, because why the fuck not? So even though I do enjoy going to meet celebrities, I also, like, hate going to meet celebrities. I don't know why. Just, like, the closer I got, I was just like, why are we all excited to fucking meet this guy? The fuck has he done? Because he's good at drawing shit? I can draw shit. Like, I wasn't saying the stuff out loud. It was all in my fucking head. But, like, I was getting real belligerent with it in my head. Just like, man, the fuck is wrong with me? Why the fuck am I obsessed with this guy? Blah, 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 blah. Like, just real fucking shitty stuff. But while I'm having that conversation in my head, I'm also having the, oh my god, he's in front of me. Isn't it funny? Because, like, the celebrity, I'm just like, and then the regular ass fucking dude was a dick face to me. I'm just like, ah. So I'm in line, I'm just like, oh my god, he's in front of me. And I'm texting my fucking high school best friend, who I unfortunately no longer talk to. But I'm texting her and I'm just like, you'll never guess who's in front of me in line. And she's like, who's in front of you in line? And I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking him. And she's like, it's fucking him. And I'm like, it's fucking him. She's like, you better talk to him. And I'm like, I can't talk to him. I've never spoken to him. How am I going to talk to him? Ah! So, while this is going on, I'm frantically texting her. Tall, dumb John is behind me just like, what the fuck are you doing? He ultimately ends up giving me a poster to get signed, which I did not get signed. So, we make it into the building. It snakes around all of the fucking comics and stuff like that, around the way to the register, and he's sitting behind where the register usually is. And from my angle, as I'm coming around the snake line or whatever, I can see he just, in my opinion, he looks miserable. Like, there are these fucking angsty goth girls with, like, arms full of fucking Zim shit, just plopping it on the fucking counter and just, oh my god, and like, please, pictures, and just, and like, he just kind of lean over, take a picture, sign, next person, lean over, take a picture, sign, next person, and I am just like, this is uncomfortable. Like, so now, part of my brain's angry for being hyped about it, part of me's hyped about my crush being there, and then part of me is just like, this feels so uncomfortable. Like, it's like this palpable, like, discomfort, at least for me. And I'm just like, ooh, this is not gonna be fun. So we're getting ever closer to the fucking line. It's getting close to my time. I'm fucking freaking out trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna fucking say or do to fucking get signed. Because again, a bitch ain't got nothing but a pair of fucking pants. I should have kept those fucking pants, by the way. Because spoilers, in case you can't tell where this is going, he signed my pants. So I walk up to him, it's my turn, and I look him in the face and I go, hey, if I'm willing to admit that this feels like a bad one-night stand, would you be willing to sign my calf? And he stops. And he looks at the people at the comic book shop and he's like, I mean, I guess if they're cool with you coming back here, I'm fine with it, whatever. So I go behind the counter, and I put my foot up on the little stool, and he's signing my calf, and I am all of the thoughts of, why the fuck are you obsessed with this, is out the fucking window. And I'm just fucking stoked because Jonan Vasquez is currently touching my pants and signing them with his marker using his hand, the same hand that Drew fucking Johnny, the homicidal maniac, is touching my pants right now. Oh my God. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do I say? So do things like this always make you feel so dead inside? To which he stops, he pauses, and he goes, things like this, and finishes signing off the last letter of his name and dots it, never make me feel dead inside. So of course I'm just like fucking floating on myself, because the notorious Jonan Vasquez, he of magnifying dickitude, like very well known at that time, at least in most of the spheres that I talked to, for being a fucking asshole to his fans, seemed to like whatever the random weird shit that I said was. Now, I've had people who have speculated it's because I look like, and please forgive me, I don't feel like Googling her name right now, and I don't have a copy of I Feel Sick. I want to say it's Tessa? I don't even have... I got Spooky. I got a picture of it. I'll put a picture up in here somewhere to show. I do got Spooky, the thing what squeaks. But they speculated it's because I look like her. And honestly, like, as usual with things like this, I was the only melanated person there. At least the only visibly melanated person there. And I also had dreadlocks at the time. So, riding the high of freshly signed pants, I finally give in to my friend who's like, go talk to your crush. You have to go talk to your crush. So I'm like, today's gonna be a double whammy, baby. Like, just nailed it with Jonan Vasquez. I'm gonna go talk to my crush. He's gonna realize it was me. He's gonna fall madly in love with me. We're gonna be artsy and awkward and gothy and weird. It's gonna be wonderful. It was not those things. So, because he was only like a person or two ahead of me, by the time I was done, he was still out walking towards either his car or public transportation. I'm not entirely sure. I assume he had a car because the suburb that I lived in was reasonably affluent, and he didn't seem like he didn't have money. So, you know, I'm assuming he had a car. So, I catch up with him, and I go, hey, I'm really sorry. I don't want to bother you. I don't usually do this, but you look just like this guy who used to sit next to me in my English class and then I give him the acronym for the high school that we went to. Which is, people who have heard it, whenever I used to tell it to people when I moved to my new Chicago school, when I told them the acronym, OPRF. So when I would tell them the fucking acronym, OPRF, most people's response was, the fuck's an OPF? But he looked me in my eyeballs. He looked at me with a straight face in my eyeballs. And he said, no, I never went to Oak Park in River Forest High School. And in that moment, my heart was broken. Because I realized he was a liar. And then I immediately yelled at my friend and was like, this is why I didn't want to talk to him. He was perfect in my head. He couldn't be ruined. And now I know he fucking sucks. Ah! So I don't know if that day was a net gain or a net loss or whatever, but shortly thereafter, I did get it into my head that it would be a really good idea to just start emailing Jonan Vasquez all the time. So I found the, like, it was like questionsleep@yahoo.com or something like that. I don't even know if it's still fucking around or not. And I am so sorry if somehow this video gets to you and you happen to remember getting emails from some weird person who would just tell you about their day. 'Twas me. 'Twas I. It started off with me being like, oh, maybe, like, he just doesn't have a lot of friends who understand him, and he's so smart, and I'm so smart, and maybe he just needs smart friends who get him. So I tried to, like, appeal to that. And then he didn't respond. And for some reason, instead of going, hey, either one, this is a email address that's monitored by people that are not him. 2, he probably gets way more fucking emails than you fucking realize, especially with the fame of Invader Zim. Or 3, you're coming off as very fucking weird. Please stop doing that. None of those, just for some reason, just none of those popped into my head. And for about maybe a month or 2, I was using Jonan Vasquez as like my own personal diary, and I just like, sup, Jonan? Everything in life is awful. How do you manage to make do? Blah, 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 blah doesn't like me, and I don't understand why. Like, we like all the same music and movies. Do you think it's because I'm black? A lot of people don't like me because I'm black and alternative. Can you relate to that? Because you're Hispanic and alternative. Please be my friend, Jody. I am so sad. So yeah, that's the time that I met Jonan Vasquez and my high school crush for all of high school. And also began to soft stalk Jonan Vasquez. I'm so sorry, dude. Like, no, seriously, like, those were some dark times in my life, looking back now. But there are some funny spots like this one, so, you know. This is one of 1,000,002 stories that I have, not just of celebrity sightings, but just random shit that I've gotten into, random things I've said and done, times that I probably should have been a missing person or something to that effect. So if you're interested in any more story times with Vi, go ahead and give this video a like, go ahead and give a subscribe. I will try to get them out maybe weekly, because like this is only like maybe 20 minutes and most of this is going to be me babbling at the end any fucking way. Straight shot through, just telling the fucking story. Again, if I have something that's particularly dark or anything like that, I will absolutely preface it with a trigger warning, because well, sometimes I feel like my life should come with a trigger warning, but you know. Anywho, thanks for joining me on this new venture, and I hope you guys like it, and, yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll see you the next time, so, yay, love you, bye.